of LEEP has been imitated all over the country. You want to know why? Turn your attention to the video screen and you'll hear from some of our partners and the people LEEP has helped.
To compete in today's job market, Kentucky students need high school diplomas. They also need to be prepared for what comes next, whether that's college, trade school, or the workplace. This edition of Education Matters examines programs and approaches that help young Kentuckians stay in school and make successful transitions to college and careers. Welcome to Education Matters, from student to graduate.
This fall, KET traveled to Pleasure Ridge Park High School to learn more about the Louisville Education and Employment Partnership, or LEEP. This collaboration among schools and businesses and the Louisville Metro Government serves 14 Jefferson County high schools, including PRP, and one middle school.
LEEP is the Louisville Education and Employment Partnership, and it is a long-standing partnership that essentially focuses on helping high school kids who may be at risk of dropping out or not doing well, essentially connect to a one-on-one mentor at the school who is in charge of staying with that kid all the way till we can get them to graduate.
I want to make sure that when they are freshmen, they have a goal in mind, and that is to transition from high school. And so I will work with those students on their attendance, make sure that they're coming to school. Once they're at school, I'll make sure that they are going to class and doing their work and communicating with their teachers so that they know what is expected of them in the classroom.
And here are your boots. What? There's 3 boots over there, and you have to go.
Gotta be over it. Hold on. I gotta get back. Hold on.
With my students, I will bring in other resources, such as the gentleman that came in and did team building with the freshmen. I will also take the students on college tours so they can see the campuses and also apply for the colleges. I also bring in people that talk with them from the Business Association, PRP Business Association. I have different guest speakers that will come in and talk to the students about resume writing, how to go to an interview, what you're supposed to wear for an interview. Also, I have someone that comes in and talks to the students about financial aid, and he will also show them how to fill out that form on the computer. And we also have a night where the parents are able to come in and fill out the FAFSA online so that the students are able to get money for college.
Kids start making career goals and educational goals when they're young. Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But what I see from the LEAP students is they get the plan, which is how you get to that goal, and that's very important. And today we were working on some of the planning stages, working on their resume, what things to go on a resume, how to pull up their soft skills for employment, just those typical things that are going to help them transition to the next step, whether it be college, whether technical school, whether it be the world of work. Life is difficult, and not everybody is blessed with the same support system and the same opportunities. And I think LEAP provides a bridge for students that kind of levels the playing field so that despite whatever goes on outside this building, those students come in the building and they have one-on-one support.
We wish that the LEAP program could branch out to every student in our school. There would be some benefit for every student here, regardless of their socioeconomic level or their education level, because it makes a connection. It connects with adults, it connects with professional adults in the community. There's a lot of counseling that goes into the LEAP program, and a lot of eye-opening experiences for those students to let them see what life has to offer after high school.
The LEEP program is really important because it's one of the ways that the city and the school system have partnered together to identify kids who might not make it to that finish line of graduation and moving beyond, or who might get there but not be college and career ready. And essentially this program is designed to make sure that we do both things, that we work with those kids to mentor and to guide them all the way from 9th grade to graduation, and that we try to get them to that finish line college and career ready. Most of the kids that are in the LEEP program go on to college. Many of the rest go on to straight to a job or to the military. The number of them that are doing something useful after school is approaching 100%, which is exactly what you would want if you were a member of the business community or a citizen contributing to it.
If you start to think of this as a sort of a market economy, which I suppose you should, you know that the stock market, for one thing, reacts on the basis of statistics, of the figures. When the jobs report comes out and there are more people working than the experts expected, the stock market goes up. So, it is time for us to crunch the numbers. And for that, the Data and Program Review will see how we were doing in the past year. For spatial data integrations, Mr. Odwin Helton. Odwin?
Again, it is with great pride that I get to stand before you to talk about all the great things that are going on with the LEEP program. And as some of you know who've been here before, I've done this before. And it doesn't take a lot of begging or asking for me to stand before this great body and this great community to talk about what great things we're doing. So with that, I get to talk to you about LEEP. Many years ago, LEEP became a vision of government, business, and education leaders who came together to form a partnership. And this was more than 2 decades ago. Because of their vision, more than 25,000 students have received their support and guidance to succeed. And this morning, I have the honor of telling you more about the success. And I think Michael Britton said it best in that video. Kids who might not otherwise have succeeded are succeeding now with the help of career planners and with additional help. So today I'll start in on the presentation. For the year 2010 and 11, a total of 1,085 students participated in LEEP. Of the 452 seniors that we served, 442 graduated, a tremendous honor. On our next slide. Since beginning in 1988, the LEEP program is focused on 3 important goals: graduate seniors, prevent students from dropping out, and to get our students ready for college and or career. And as I'm sure that Superintendent Hargens and Mayor Fisher will elaborate on later, with the goal of 55,000 degrees, now is the time for all of us to really get involved with our young people to talk about these 3 goals. So it is with great pride that we talk to you again in this report, as we've done for 24 years, how LEEP has again exceeded its goals. The first goal of LEEP is to assist at least 90% of seniors to graduate or remain in school. In 2011, 97.79% of the seniors served by LEEP graduated. The second goal of LEEP is to provide a safety net so that no more than 4% of participating students drop out. In 2011, only 1.94% of the students served by LEEP dropped out of school. The third goal is to transition at least 80% of LEEP graduates into a job or post-secondary education training and or the military. The outcome for 2011, as you see there, is over 97%. And most of LEEP graduates reported that they were heading to college. Some 413 of 442 graduates plan to enter post-secondary education or training. 40 of these graduates earned more than $400,000 in scholarships for their first year of college. 13 graduates transitioned to the workforce, and 4 graduates are serving in the United States military. LEEP has been successful in these strategies of meeting their goals by providing effective strategies, interventions, and student support that prepare students for graduation and beyond. Career planners help students plan for post-secondary education and or training through college visits, ACT preparation, and financial aid workshops. Thanks to a Metro United Way Turn Up the Heat grant implemented just this year, parents and students are getting the opportunity to visit more college campuses together, and the parents and the kids are getting to go and visit those colleges together, which is very, very important, getting the parents involved. So we have a tremendous opportunity for not only the kids, but also their loving parents to visit those schools. LEEP also helps students prepare for the world of work. and make decisions about their future career choices. Through online activities linked with one-on-one meetings with their career planners, the students learn about workforce, workplace skills, and practice interviewing and complete their individual learning plans. LEEP provides students with opportunities to develop relationships with caring adults, career planners. And as you can see, career planners take on many roles, tracking academic progression, monitoring student attendance, and engaging parents through workshops and conferences. At this point, I'd love for the career planners to please stand. I think on behalf of all here, we wish to thank these career planners. They go beyond their normal school day in spending time with these young people, and I've had the opportunity to know many of them for many years, and they have been a great help to me, and they've called upon me, and I've called upon them. So on behalf of Audubon, I want to say thank you for everything that you do for the young people. In youth development, LEEP students are able to obtain essential life skills through a variety of positive youth development activities that serve their community as volunteers, leaders, and active citizens. So as we proceed throughout this morning, hopefully you will get a chance to see just how great our kids are, and they're great because of the loving support that this community gives them. Thank you.
Thanks, Audwin. I have learned in the several years that I've been fortunate enough to MC this breakfast that LEEP is not just for the high school students that we are helping through LEEP. LEEP is really for all of us. This is the idea, is that to bring people into the community, to lead us into the next generation, and then the thing just kind of keeps going. At least that's the idea. Well, who is the person in charge of keeping things going and making sure that this very complicated system works? It is the director of the Louisville Education and Employment Partnership, Linda Witt.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I really do appreciate it, and take this opportunity to share a couple of thoughts with you. Just off the cuff, they always tell me to stay on script, but I just want to say from my heart, thank you all so much for all of your support in this community. I know I'm singing to the choir, excuse me, because every single person in here I know works every day to help students' lives be safe and healthy, and to provide opportunities for all of the young people in our community. So all of you, I thank you for all of your support. Okay, so now I'm going to go on script. Good morning. I am so excited to see such a large group. It warms my heart to know that the students within the community have such great support. As you saw in the video, career planners make a positive difference in the lives of students, and I would like to recognize one of the career planners for their service. Eric Kenslow. Eric, would you please stand? At the end of last year after 24 years of service with LEEP. And Eric, you deserve the appreciation for all your years of helping your students be so successful. Thank you, Eric. For the past 24 years, thousands of Jefferson County students have benefited from the vision of education, government, and community leaders who established the partnership. These leaders understood that together we could help students to graduate and be prepared for post-secondary education or training in the world of work. They understood that without personalized support, many students can fall through the cracks, be disengaged, and lost. These leaders recognized that it is essential that the entire community work together to provide the supports that students need. And they also understood that relationships were a key element. They understood that if they established a position for career planners whose challenge was to identify struggling students, They would be able to help remove the barriers to their academic success and aid these students in developing an academic and career roadmap that held the promise of a brighter future. LEEP staff have never lost sight of the vision of the partnership's founders. Career planners have dedicated their lives to ensuring that their students graduate and are prepared for the next stage in their lives. Career planners provide a safe environment where students can have a personal relationship with a caring adult who will listen and provide support and encouragement. They provide opportunities for students to learn about compassion through volunteerism and service, and they help their students gain confidence and develop leadership skills. They welcome parents to partner with us in providing the information and encouragement, support, and opportunities their child needs as they transition from middle school to high school to freshman to senior to graduation and to college. I would like to thank all the LEEP staff for what they do every day. I would also like to thank the school and district staff who have continued to support us throughout the years. And I would like to thank those of you in the community who understand that together we are making a difference in children's lives. So thank you, please enjoy your breakfast, and I know you're going to enjoy hearing from the students later in the program. Thank you again.
Thank you, Linda Witt. If you read the annual report that was on your seat when you came in, you read some comments by the superintendent of schools, Dr. Donna Hargens, and she talks about this being an investment in the future. And in fact, that is what we are witnessing in LEEP. This is her first LEEP breakfast, and so I know you're anxious to hear her observations. Please welcome the superintendent of JCPS, Dr. Donna Hargens.
Thank you. It's such an honor to be here. As you know, I've been here since August 1st, and I wake up every morning excited to be the superintendent of Jefferson County Public Schools and to have the opportunity to serve over 100,000 students every day in this role. LEEP is the type of program that gets me up in the morning excited about what I do. And of course, the people in this room are the other things that get me excited about what we do. It was said to me that we don't have crosswinds in Jefferson County, we have tailwinds. We have a great community that supports what we do for children. And of course, I recognize Barry's voice because he has a famous voice, and I've only been here since August 1st. Odwin Helton, what would we do without Odwin Helton? He is everywhere. I'm sure that because when I, new to the community, I'm thinking there must be more than one Odwin Helton because he's everywhere. But somebody corrected me and said, no, there's just one. He just is everywhere. And it's always a great day to be on the same stage with Mayor Greg Fisher, who really understands the importance of education and learning in this community. And I want to thank Linda Witt for her leadership. But we also want to thank our breakfast sponsors. A shout out to Class Act Federal Credit Union, Rest Care, and Wyatt Tarrant and Combs for your sponsorship of this breakfast. Thank you. Let's give them applause. And also we want to thank our scholarship sponsor, Gordon Food Service Funds Program, for sponsoring scholarships. So thank you. This partnership between JCPS, Metro Government, Metro United Way, and KentuckianaWorks is an example of what happens when a community takes an interest in the lives of our students and in their success. And as Odwin did, I'd also like to acknowledge the groups of people who make LEEP work so well. The principals and the career planners and all of the JCPS employees who work directly with students every day. Of course, the business partners, community planners, and all the mentors who support our students. But I also want to thank our school board members whose leadership and support are essential. And they set a clear direction and expectations for the Jefferson County Public School System. So I'd like to acknowledge Board Member Linda Duncan, Board Member Carol Haddad, and Board Member Debbie Westland. Please stand. So we can, thank you. Diane Porter is here also. I'm sorry. Please, thank you, Diane Porter. It's once been said that if you're going to climb, you've got to grab the branches. There is no instant success. Some students have the strength to climb only a few branches at a time. Other students take their time slowly grabbing each branch. Many educators refer to the responsibility of education as a three-legged stool. There's the school, there's the family, and the community. Our challenge is to make sure that every child's individual stool provides a platform for learning. The three legs have to work as partners. When one leg of the stool is weak, the other legs need to provide more support for an individual child. When a child's family cannot provide the necessary support due to any number of circumstances, the school and the community we know play a bigger role. LEEP is built on connections, a web of relationships that flourish between students, career planners, between career planners and mentors, between the program staff and business representatives, and between the school district, the mayor's office, and the entire community. And community involvement with programs like 55,000 Degrees and Close the Deal are helping students without a college-going culture to see that post-secondary education is not only a possibility, but a necessity. Sometimes I have to pause and remind myself that I'm a first-generation college goer, that I didn't grow up in a family that understood the value of post-secondary education. They're wonderful people, but that's not where I learned about what my opportunities were. I learned them from adults like you in this room who said, I know, I think you can, and I'm going to help you get there. So this is really what this event is about, helping students know what they can accomplish. These young people are here today because of hard work and determination, but also because they knew they were with adults who stabilized the stool, who showed them where the next branch was. So to any students in the room today, I say well done. We are proud of you because you refused to let anything get in the way of achieving your goals. You have accomplished much. You are the future of this community, and we stand beside you. Let nothing keep you from your goals. Keep working, keep reaching for the next branch. And to the people who have made LEEP the great program that it is for 24 straight years running, I say to you, job well done. Thank you very much.
Well, then, through the magic of digital video, we're going to hear from Congressman Yarmouth. Here he is.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Congressman John Yarmouth. Unfortunately, the congressional schedule requires me to be in Washington today, but I'm proud to join you, albeit by video, for the 24th Annual LEEP Breakfast. I want to thank every one of you here today for the work that you do and congratulate you on 24 years of extraordinary service. All of you, partners, staff, volunteers, and participants in the program, have committed your time and efforts to strengthening the foundation of our community, and for that you deserve our praise and continuing support. I don't have to tell all of you that our country has faced historically tough times during the past several years. We stared down a recession that could easily have become another Great Depression. But now our economy is on the mend, in large part because the federal government decided to invest in American workers and the American people. But that's not the only investment we have to make if we want our country to thrive. It seems like a cliche to say that education is our future because it's such an obvious idea. But often cliches stick around because they're true. And often people forget that there are powerful ideas behind a statement as simple as we must invest in education if we want America to continue to lead the world. You know the statistics. 1.3 million students drop out of high school every year across the country. Each of those students can expect to make $10,000 less per year than their peers who finish high school. And it gets worse. A high school dropout will earn $35,000 less a year than his or her counterpart with a bachelor's degree. That difference is almost as much as the average yearly income of Kentucky families. Dropping out also is a huge cost to our nation. Not only does our critical safety net take on more weight for every student who doesn't finish high school and falls into poverty, but we pay close to $4 billion a year just in remediation costs, and we lose out on the economic benefits of lifetime incomes of more than $329 billion. The combined effect of all this is roughly equivalent to keeping our country in a permanent state of recession. But as we're proving right now, America can climb out of a recession. It just takes the right combination of strategies, dedication, and effort on the part of all of us. In the past 20 years, we have managed to cut the high school dropout rate almost in half. Doing that again now would create more than $13 billion in improved wages. It would also set America up for a future of continued global leadership in production, innovation, and technology. I know the President is committed to that goal. His 2013 budget provides $30 billion to help states hire more educators and calls for modernizing 35,000 American schools, an initiative that would help keep teachers in the classroom and make the learning process more relevant to students who are coming of age in a digital world. That's one of my top priorities in Congress, and it is why I introduced the Revolutionizing Education Through Digital Investment Act in 2007. In September, I joined the President and Education Secretary Arne Duncan at the White House to launch Digital Promise, which is the result of that legislation. This new national initiative focuses on researching and implementing cutting-edge technologies in education and job training. The idea is to use technology to create a smarter classroom that can meet students where they are, which, let me tell you, is way beyond us adults when it comes to digital life. This is one project. Our city's 55,000 Degrees program underscores the dedication of Mayor Fisher, local officials, and business leaders to learning and achievement, and it gives all of us a goal that is as ambitious as it is achievable. And the efforts of all the participating organizations in the Louisville Education and Employment Partnership, Donna Hargens and JCPS, Metro United Way, and KentuckianaWorks, are essential to meeting the new standards of our times. Although the challenges we face are substantial, I'm optimistic that with the right combination of government investment and private sector innovation, we will succeed in overcoming each of them. And in the process, we will help Louisville students become tomorrow's leaders. Thank you for your continued efforts to strengthen Louisville for the future. I wish you continued success and hope to see you all very soon.
Thank you, Congressman Yarmouth, but he is not here. I noticed just a little footnote that more and more, for some reason, on television stations, that people thank videotapes. Thanks for that report, Steve. Well, Steve can't hear you. He's on tape. Thanks, John. We've been talking about getting resumes prepared and organized for getting into the world of work or college. Give you a little bit of this resume here, see what you think of this. In his first year on the job, this man has secured a $5 million Bloomberg grant to identify more efficient ways to provide city services, created nearly 4,000 new jobs and over $724 million in new investment, initiated the Bluegrass Economic Advancement Movement with Lexington to grow jobs in advanced manufacturing, secured funds to complete the Big Four Bridge renovation, can't wait to ride my bike across that, and reduced the price of the Ohio River Bridges project by $1.2 billion. Well, he hasn't done this alone, but he sure has been at the forefront of that effort. This man has pursued three top goals since taking this new job. One, making Louisville a city of lifelong learning, a much healthier city, and an even more compassionate community, while also acting to bring innovation to city government and make it more accessible and efficient. He is an entrepreneur, a businessman, a philanthropist, started several businesses, including Servent International and Iceberg Ventures, a private investment firm. He is a graduate of Trinity High School and Vanderbilt University. He and his wife Alex have 4 children, and this is his second LEEP breakfast. Please welcome your mayor, Greg Fisher.
Thanks, everybody. It's good to be with you, and we should say thank you, Barry, since you're here in person. Do you all remember his quirky sense of humor? We were able just to see it again moments ago, so it's glad to see you. He looks a lot more rested now that he's not having to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning as well. So thanks for your continued passion toward LEEP. Well done. Well, I want to thank everybody for your all's dedication to LEEP. What a tremendous national best practice program for our city. Not just for the students that are engaged, but obviously for the businesses. You all at the high schools are the champions that are making this happen every day on the field, and we really appreciate it. Dr. Hargens, this is a great program for you to come into and take us to the next level as well. So we're excited about all the good work that you're doing here in the community for us. Barry talked about the 3 goals that I set for the community when I took office about 14 months ago, and I talk about them every day. One of them, obviously, is for us to be an even healthier community. And when I talk about health, it's not just physical health, but it's mental health, social health, how we all get along, environmental health, and spiritual health. And there's clear indicators between more education, better public health as well. So let's not forget about that when we talk about public health. We need to be an even more compassionate city. We're not going to have all the money in the world to do everything we do, but hopefully we have unlimited love. We have unlimited compassion to help our neighbors and our strangers as well. I want to give a plug for our Give a Day program coming up, April 15th to 22nd. How many of y'all are going to participate in the volunteer Give a Day activity? Oh, this is encouraging. Okay, so if you're not, please ask somebody that held their hand up, what's this Give a Day? We're trying to set a world record for community service, 55,000 volunteers that week, and I will proclaim, mayors can proclaim anything they want to, and nobody even ask them for the backup. I'm going to proclaim we're the most compassionate city in the world. And if somebody wants to fight about that, I'll say let's have a compassion competition and see who can have the most love. So we need your all's help. mygiveaday.com. And I know JCPS is going to be a big part of that, so please check out mygiveaday.com. And the third goal, City of Lifelong Learning. Think about that. Almost every child is born with joy. Joy to learn, joy to move forward, joy to crawl, joy to talk. We don't have to teach them that. So how do we make sure that joy stays alive every day of your life? We know that education and joy in learning is really the foundation for a great life and unlimited potential. And that's what LEEP represents to here today. We're living in a world that is changing so rapidly. And you hear some people say, well, Johnny doesn't do that good in school, education is really, formal education is really not his thing. I do not apologize to say I cannot accept that. Because if we are not insisting that Johnny or Julie does not minimally get a high school degree and some certificate beyond that, they are not going to be able to support themselves, much less a family, and be relevant in today's world that is global, it's digital, it's social. So as you all through LEEP have embraced the need to get kids through school, to embrace or to connect the business community with students so that there's more relevance and meaning in what they're doing day to day, this is so critical for us to be in a city that is competitive as a global city in the 21st century. Because if we're not global, if we're not competitive with kids from Korea or Paris or Laos, we are not demonstrating the love and compassion we have for our kids and our neighbors. We're not setting them up for success. I think all of our jobs should be to help those around us reach their potential as human beings. And we know that education is the foundation for that. We're making great strides with our city program of 55,000 degrees. How many of y'all have heard of 55,000 degrees? Let's see another. Okay, that's good. That's good, about 80% or so. 55,000 more college degrees in the community by the year 2020 than what we would normally have. When we achieve that, we will be in the top tier of American cities with adults with college education. And they need to be the right kind so that they can compete or contribute to innovation and opportunities, great jobs for our future. So 55,000 degrees is one of the ways that we advance. Think about the contribution that you all, whether you're students or mentors or coaches, are making to 55,000 degrees. Of the 431 students who graduated from LEEP last year, 413 enrolled in a four-year university. So well over 90%, as Aldrin pointed out here earlier. That is tremendous results, folks. We don't see that in the general population anywhere in the country. So when people say they don't know how to make a difference, they can just take a look at what LEEP is doing day in and day out and see how they're contributing to a better Louisville and helping our kids advance. So thank you for that. I want to plug one other program, and that's our Summer Works program that's being managed by Michael Gritton and the KentuckianaWorks team. As you all well know, a lot of young people don't have the exposure to this global, digital, social world that we're talking about. The federal government used to give cities money for summer jobs programs, but with the cutback at the federal level, that no longer happens. So we're raising money privately. Here, $1 million is our goal for this summer jobs program, and we're enlisting employers to help us develop a job track and a mentoring track for low-income youth, ages 16 to 21 for this summer, for a couple of reasons. One is, obviously, to help provide a little pocket change, but secondly is to provide and create a view of the world that these young people may not have had before, to understand that there's something far bigger than what's going on in the world outside of the neighborhood that they come in, that they live in. You can change a kid's life. For the business people here today, you all that are coaches and are interacting with them, the LEEP program, understand how you're changing their lives. So please, for the business folks, consider helping us out with our summer jobs program this summer. It'd be a wonderful reward for your company to help change these teens' lives. More information on that can be found at KentuckianaWorks. Michael Gritton's phone number is 574-2500. So 574-2500. And he will accept those calls with great joy because he likes to help people. All right. So anyway, great job to everybody here. We got some wonderful awards to give out later. So for everybody here, whether you're a business, whether you're a coach, a mentor, a student, we're super proud of you all as Louisville citizens. I'm honored to be your mayor. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and if you will stay around to help us here, we want to hand out some hardware. It is my privilege to announce this year's honorees, and Dr. Hargens, if you will assist Mayor Fisher to help with the presentations, we would appreciate that very much. Now, you've been reading about these honorees in the annual report that you received earlier, and I'm sure you'll agree, pretty sure you'll agree, that all except one is most deserving. I'll let you decide who the one who's not deserving, but getting an award anyway. I'm kidding, of course. All right, let us begin with the business persons of the year. As an associate manager for Kroger, Sam White has been a long-standing partner with the LEEP program. Each year, Fern Creek Traditional High School hosts the College Career and Service Fair, and Sam has generously supported this event, providing food and door prizes. Sam has also graciously interviewed numerous students searching for part-time employment. With the guidance and encouragement of Sam White, a number of students have gone on to become successful Kroger employees. So, as one of the business persons of the year, we thank and honor Sam White. Another longtime friend of the LEEP program is Carlos B. Yates. He is admissions counselor at JCTC, Jefferson Community and Technical College. He's collaborated with the career planners to help any number of students enroll in college. He's generous with his time in guiding the students through the admissions process, which can be kind of intimidating. A lot of students have reported that without the assistance of Mr. Yates, they would have given up on their dream to continue their education. Carlos's main weapon is a positive, caring attitude, which is what makes him stand out as a professional, focused on helping students succeed, and his work has earned him our recognition as the Business Person of the Year, Carlos Yates. For the past 3 years, the Metro Parks Department has worked with the LEEP staff to provide students with summer employment. The supervisors have coached students about workplace expectations and offered skills training. Some of the students worked outdoors cutting grass, maintaining public buildings and equipment. Others worked in community centers with the summer camps for elementary students. Through this summer program, LEEP students gained valuable work experience and skills, along with the benefit of earning some of that pocket change that the mayor talked about, getting a paycheck. Please join us in recognizing as Business of the Year, Metro Parks. All right, let us honor the Support Person of the Year. Of course, without support from others in JCPS, it would be very difficult for the LEEP program to impact as many students as it has and are touched in the outreach efforts. Well, Anita Meredith has spent 13 years as the guidance office clerk, and she's been supportive of the LEEP students, the guidance office clerk at Southern High School. In the last 2 years, she's been especially helpful by accompanying students as a chaperone on college campus visits. Last year, while on the University of Kentucky field trip, Meredith led the group in singing the fight song and actually helped her group win the Spirit Contest. She's an avid UK fan, as you might have guessed. But more importantly, Meredith is a dedicated and enthusiastic JCPS employee who, well, she just loves students. And LEEP is fortunate to have her as a special ally. Please congratulate with me from Southern High School, Anita Meredith. I want to honor our mentors of the year. And the first is from Fern Creek Christian Church, where for 3 years, Joshua Cooper has inspired students involved with the Path for Teens group at Fern Creek Traditional High School. The program is designed to help young men set goals for themselves and develop a personal action plan. Their discussion helps to identify each individual's skills and interests and talents. They have weekly meetings at which Joshua Cooper encourages the guys to share school and personal issues and support one another in developing skills needed to improve their situations. For the last 6 years, Roger LaPointe has served as mentor with the Rescare team at J-Town High School. Pam Amshoff, Jefferson Town career planner, says, Roger has worked diligently not only with his mentee, but also as a recruiter and coach with new mentors for the program. He has contributed to the overall success of the Rescare mentoring team. In his role as mentor, Roger and Rescare demonstrate their commitment to LEEP and the mission to improve the lives of students. It's what it's all about. LaPointe's current mentee, James Rogers, sums up their relationship like this. James says, we've had many talks about college, grades, and my future. He always treats me with respect, and I look forward to each meeting with the Rescare team because I get to see not only my mentor, but a friend, Roger LaPointe. We'd like to also honor our alumni of the year. This is kind of, the bottom line once again of that, did LEEP succeed or not? We can tell by the alumni who come back to visit us at this breakfast every year. One of these people is Wantrice Denson, a graduate of J-Town High School and Kentucky State University. While she was at Jefferson Town High School, Wantrice found LEEP, participated for 4 years, and she graduated with a 2.5 GPA. Then graduated, went to Kentucky State University to pursue a degree in child development, and throughout her college career, Wantrice Denson balanced working on campus in the Office of Student Life as assistant to the director, and took classes as well. Had her first baby while she was in college. Didn't keep her from achieving her goal of getting a degree. In December, Wantrice Denson completed her degree in child development and family relations, graduated with a 3.0 GPA, continues to work at the university, talking about plans after graduation with her fiance, who works just down the street at the state capitol with the grants department. We want to congratulate our alumna of the year, Ms. Wantrice Denson. You might remember a few years ago, the outstanding student of the year, a fellow named Kenny Pryor, who went to Shawnee High School. Where's Kenny now, I hear you asking? Well, he's been selected as one of 100 delegates to the Grad Nation Summit later this month in Washington, D.C. The Grad Nation Summit is a national conference hosted by the America's Promise Alliance with 2 specific goals. One, to increase the national graduation rate to 90% by 2020, with no school graduating less than 80%. We're way ahead of that right on. And 2, to regain America's standing as first in the world in college completion. This is a summit that brings together community organizations, educators, local, state leaders, national nonprofits, businesses, youth, and others to share progress, but also to catalyze additional action. Central theme of the 2012 summit, will be the strong connection between quality education and thriving, economically sound communities. From Shawnee High School and Eastern Kentucky University, please welcome Kenny Pryor III.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Well, my name is Kenny Pryor, and a few years ago, I had the privilege of speaking at this breakfast. When I was honored as a 2009 Student of the Year representing Shawnee High School, I chose Shawnee for 2 reasons. 1, it was in my neighborhood, and 2, it had an outstanding aviation program. Since I was little, I've loved airplanes, and I've dreamed of flying. With the help of the Student of the Year Award Scholarship, I was ready to spread my wings and leave Louisville en route for Richmond, Kentucky to launch my career in aviation studies at Eastern Kentucky University. As a student at EKU, I was very active with student government and as a campus tour guide with the Colonel Captain program, along with being involved in the Nova Trio program, a program similar to the LEEP, designed to help first-generation college students from low-income families succeed in college. Through the Nova Trio program, we have had cookouts, bowling trips, and intramural teams to help students with the transition from high school to college get involved in campus activities at EKU. Along with social activities, the Nova program also offers academic advisement and guidance to students concerning coursework and selecting a college major. As a member of the Nova Trio, I was involved in outreach to let students know about tutoring and other available support services. I wouldn't have been able to do most of these things if it hadn't been LEEP preparing me for it. Even with the support of the TRIO program, I had struggles with my grades and my financial aid. My grandmother also had health issues, and I helped my family take care of her by coming home just about every weekend. These factors prompted me to return to Louisville for a semester. While at home in Louisville, I reflected on my career options and gained an appreciation for how important it is to focus my attention on my studies and complete my degree. Although I still love airplanes, I've reevaluated my career options and have changed my major to public relations. This semester, I'm re-enrolled back in Eastern Kentucky University. When I experienced setbacks, I love my mom. When I experienced setbacks, I've been fortunate to have support from my family, and I want to recognize my parents for the support and the sacrifices they have made to help me obtain my education. I've also had support from Mr. Ray Hurley, who was my career planner, all 4 years, even technically when he wasn't at my school. Mr. Hurley stayed in contact with me after high school and even helped arrange summer jobs. I was a part of KentuckianaWorks. I worked at the Louisville Airport, and I worked at the fairgrounds, and I worked with Metro Parks. He continues to check on my progress, and he's not giving up on me. Even when I wasn't in school, Mr. Hurley was constantly checking on me, making sure I was going through all the right steps to get back into school. As someone who has overcome numerous obstacles, I want you to know that I'm still working towards my degree. These challenges have fueled my passion to help other students in similar situations. I'm excited to have been selected as one of the 54 students who received a scholarship from across the country to attend the Grad Nation Summit in Washington, D.C. later this month. And at the summit, I can provide insight from the perspective of a student that has faced adversities on my way to graduation and share ideas about support programs that have helped me while I was in high school and at Eastern. My plan is to bring back information to share with both the Nova Trio program and the LEEP program to make a positive difference in the lives of other students. Like everyone who stood up here today, everyone has been talking about the 55,000 degrees. I myself am also proud. I'm excited to see it, and I can't wait to see it, because I know it's going to happen. With everyone pushing it and supporting it, I know that the 55,000 degrees will be met with no challenge. Before I leave, I want to offer a few words of wisdom to all the students that are here that will soon be graduating as well. It's already been said, never give up on achieving your dream. Your dream is that one thing no one can take away from you, so keep following it. Surround yourself with people that believe in you. When choosing your major, reflect on all of your strengths. Get involved, but don't overdo it. Make sure that you're active. Just don't do 1,000 things like I did. And then most importantly, remember to give back to your community because you didn't make it by yourself. With that, I want to say thank you, everyone. Congratulations to all of our students, and thank you for the support to all the community help.
Good morning, I'm Brooke Pardue and I'm the Constituent Services Manager for Congressman Yarmouth. As he said in the video, he was very sorry that he couldn't be here this morning, but he did ask me to attend and present this to Kenny on his behalf. So Kenny, I have a certificate of special recognition presented to Kenny Pryor in recognition of being selected as a student representative for the Grad National Summit from Congressman Yarmouth.
Gordon Food Services, you've heard referred to before here this morning. Gordon Food Service has established the Fun Funds rebate program. That's not easy to say quickly at this hour of the day. What this does is reward schools and organizations for their loyalty by purchasing selected food items. Each year, the Jefferson County Public Schools Foundation has benefited from this worthwhile program. This year, thanks to the generosity of Gordon Food Services Fun Funds program, 11 seniors selected by their schools as outstanding students will each receive a $250 scholarship award for their achievements. And Cleo Saltzman, Regional Marketing Manager for Gordon Food Service, is going to present these students with these awards. And as they come forward, we will recognize them. Brian Cork Jr. of Ballard High School.
I'll be attending Purdue University.
Colin Hall from Butler Traditional High School.
I will attend JCTC.
From Central High School, Khadijah Hurt.
I will attend Scotty University.
From Fairdale High School, Reginald Price.
I will attend East Kentucky University.
From Iroquois High School, Jasmine Burns.
I will attend Western Kentucky University.
From Jefferson Town High School, Danielle Betts.
I will be attending Sparta University of High School.
From Seneca High School, Shantion Mosley.
I will be attending the University of Kentucky.
From Southern High School, Lázaro Berenguer.
I'll be attending JCTC.
From Valley High School, Lindsay Jewell.
I will be attending JCTC.
From Wagner High School, Marcus Stubbs.
I've got accepted to WKU, but I'm still waiting on Berea College as my #1 choice.
From Western High School, Ivory Nicole Ford.
I'll be attending University of Kentucky.
Let's have a hand for all of our Gordon Food Service Fun Fund Scholarship Award winners. Now, you've read in your programs about the Students of the Year that we're honoring today, but I want to tell you a bit more about these folks. Michael Mullins has been a LEEP participant for 4 years. As a sophomore, Michael was homeschooled while recovering from back surgery, and that's a time in which she felt she was missing out and really missed being at school. She gained a real appreciation for it. So she went back to Fern Creek Traditional, and she was motivated to become a strong student, a leader in school clubs, balanced a part-time job, working more than 20 hours a week at Burger King. And now she's going to be going to Indiana University Southeast. She is determined to be successful in college, later go into nursing. Please listen to what Michael Mullins has to say. Michael?
Good morning, Mayor Fisher, Superintendent Harkins, and distinguished guests. I am Michael Mullins from Fern Creek Traditional High School, and I'm here to share my story with you. I entered high school as a freshman in 2009. I didn't have a legitimate reason for missing school. I just didn't want to be at school. I surrounded myself with the wrong crowd and started to skip school. I had problems with both my grades and attendance. With my mother being ill, I didn't want my bad decisions to add to her stress. Before it was too late, I started taking my education seriously. Over the years, I have changed as a person for the better. When I was a freshman, I was being threatened to be taken to court for my truancy. I went from having 27 absences my freshman year to as few as 5. I received D's and C's, thinking it was okay as long as I passed my classes. Each year, my grades improved. Sophomore year, the change in my grades was huge. I was homeschooled first trimester of my sophomore year due to back surgery I had on August 19, 2009. I felt like I was being cheated out of my education, and I wasn't learning as much as everyone else. When I came back, I was really behind in geometry. I didn't let this stop me from doing my best. I made honor roll all year, receiving mostly A's and only a couple B's. Junior year was one of my best years for both my grades and attendance. Junior year was also one of the most challenging years, but I managed to keep a job and keep my grades up. I went from not being involved in any extracurricular activities to being the president of Keys Club, student leader of Red Cross, and having well enough grades to be inducted into Beta Club. I'm also a member of the Principal Advisory Council and Pink Tigers. I have been a part of LEEP for 4 years. With the support of my career planner, Ms. Grumblack, and my English teacher, Ms. Joyner, I have set higher goals for myself. I have been accepted to Indiana University Southeast. My goal for the future is to attend college to receive my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. I have always wanted to be a nurse because it's a rewarding profession. With my degree, I plan to pursue my dream job as a neonatal nurse at Riverside Methodist Hospital in Columbus, Ohio. I have always wanted to work at this hospital because it has a level 3 maternity center and a level 3 neonatal intensive care unit. Starting fall 2012, I will be a freshman at Indiana University Southeast. While attending, I hope to start a foundation for children with deceased parents. This idea came about when one of my close friends took his own life. He was suffering from the death of his mother. No one was there for him in his time of need. I have been through so much, but I haven't let any of it stop me from doing anything I set my mind to. I have overcome many obstacles. I haven't made excuses for my bad decisions. I've done what I had to do to fix them. I have grown so much over the past years. I have worked hard to get to where I am today. I want to make my support system proud. It means so much to me that I have been chosen for the Outstanding Student of the Year. At this time, I would like to thank my mother and the LEEP program for their support that has made me the woman that stands before you today. Thank you.
At Pleasure Ridge Park High School, you might find Caitlin Pruitt hanging around because she joined LEEP in her freshman year. Said, I'm going to graduate from high school, I'm going to go to college. Well, she is well on her way to accomplishing both of those goals. She's going to graduate in the spring, and she will be enrolling at Kenny's Place, Eastern Kentucky University. Please welcome from PRP High School, Caitlin Pruitt.
Okay. Good morning. I'm not Caitlin Pruitt, but she is, and she's doing a heck of a job representing the PRP Panthers here today, and it's certainly a big part of the LEEP program. You take it from there.
As a high school freshman, choosing college seems so far away.
And I felt there would be all the time in the world to make this life-changing decision.
During my first week of classes, I was introduced to Ms. Jamie Baxter, who is not only my career planner, she is also someone who
made a big impact on helping me plan my future. Let's talk about the LEEP program. How's it helped you?
The LEEP program helped me realize the choices I made as a freshman would influence my success throughout my high school career. Little did I realize the decisions I've made over the past 4 years have turned out to be some of the most important decisions in my life.
I thought about a lot of different career paths, but as I watched my mom make her way through nursing school, I discovered that we shared many of the same interests and that becoming a nurse was also my dream job. My mom has inspired me and helped me see that no dream is ever too big.
Growing up, I was diagnosed with selective mutism,
an anxiety disorder causing children not to speak. I think you're doing a great job. Up until 4th grade, I didn't speak to anybody at school, not a word. As I grew up, I began to push myself a little bit at a time to get to where I am now. Looking back, I can tell how much I've grown, and today I'm doing things I never thought I would be capable of achieving.
In the last year, I began working at a fast food restaurant where I speak with customers on a daily basis. I even was a part of the homecoming court and walked out in front of hundreds of people. To some people, these may not seem extraordinary experiences. However, to someone who struggles with selective mutism every day, it's a big deal.
I've worked to overcome this obstacle so I would be able to go to college. Speaking to all of you today has been
a big step for me. I've been accepted and will attend Eastern Kentucky University with plans to earn a bachelor's degree in nursing. I truly appreciate receiving this scholarship that will help with the first year of college expenses. After achieving my degree and continue my education by earning a master's in nursing with the goal of becoming a family nurse practitioner, I work in a rural health clinic in collaboration with a physician. I have big plans for my future, and I want to thank the Louisville Partnership for helping me on my way. In closing, I leave you with a few words from the girl who wouldn't talk. Look at me crossing the bridge to a successful future. Thank you.
All right, Caitlin. Clearly she didn't talk till the 4th grade because she didn't have anything to say till then. But now she does, and she inspires us all. Caitlin Pruitt. From Moore High School, our ABC Scholarship Award winner comes. Tiffany Lay is her name. She too has overcome many, many obstacles in her path toward high school graduation, including experiences with bullying, a subject that has been much in the news in recent years. Tiffany found a safe haven with the caring staff at Moore High, and with their encouragement, she has flourished. In the summer after her junior year, Tiffany began working in the School to Work program with UPS. She's continued working at UPS throughout her senior year, dedicated herself to academic achievement, and Tiffany Lay has now raised her grades to a cumulative GPA of 3.2. She's been accepted at IUS as well, where she will undoubtedly run into Mikhail Mullins, and she's going to pursue a degree in nursing, so I hope you can get together with her. This dedication and her success in balancing the demands of school and work that we all know about have earned her the honor of being named the 2nd recipient of the ABC Scholarship. Please welcome Tiffany Lay.
First off, I just want to say thank you for everybody just to come. You know, it's a great honor being here today and accepting the ABC Scholarship Award. My life I have been through a serious event of changes in my life. My life has been a serious struggle. One of my greatest obstacles was overcoming both bullying, physically, mentally, and emotionally. I can honestly say that being bullied has definitely played a huge role in my life and the person that stands before you today. It has taught me how to be stronger, how to live for just me, and it has taught me to do what is right and what is to do for just me, not others. Hold on, I'm sorry, somebody else redid this. So, I want to take this opportunity to speak out against bullying because it's a serious problem in the community today, just not in schools, but also in neighborhoods. I want to let people know that bullying is not okay, and it is important to stand up for others and speak for yourself without being afraid. Teachers, staff, everybody here today, don't ever ignore a child's cry for help. Even though it's small, it can turn into something really big. If schools took bullying more seriously, most bullying wouldn't occur. If you could take each student and make at least one an example, most kids will see that it's not fun, it's not cool at all. Bullying has become such a huge problem that we have families who are struggling out there. And instead of children taking that money to buy food, they'll rather buy the latest shoes, clothes, accessories just to go to school and look cool instead of being bullied. So they jeopardize their next meal because they're afraid that they don't fit in. Most kids only bully because of their own insecurities. So I feel like if we could stand up and help those bulliers and create programs outside of school also, it could also help the community. If students came together against bullying and united as one, schools would be a better place, because what's the point of coming to school if you don't feel safe? Nothing will change if you stand up for what you believe in. If you don't stand up for what you believe in, you must be the change that you want to see in the world. Being at Moore has truly changed my life. I never cared so much about my teachers until I came to Moore. I have found teachers, counselors, and all of the more traditional staff that they genuinely care about their students and they want to see them do their best. I'd like to express my thanks to Ms. Karen Weathers for enrolling me in the LEEP program and pushing me towards my goals no matter how many times I felt like giving up. She has helped me to understand that education is the most important necessities for success, and problems like these lower the chances of success when you have bullying on your shoulders to worry about. Every child deserves someone that they can lean on and come to in their time of need. Through their encouragement, I've learned about being a student that stands out in a favorable way, not only by showing up, but showing up and being on time and making the effort to make a change or a difference. Last year, my guidance counselor and my career planner didn't just tell students about the UPS School to Work program, but they also helped prepare resumes, they helped us dress appropriately, and most important, they helped us act in a professional manner. Over the summer, I got the job at UPS as a package handler in the small store department, and I love my job. Despite my struggles, I've learned to care more, love harder, and never give up. I've become a great woman of intelligence and self-discipline. I learned from my mistakes, and I have grown into a trustworthy, responsible, and well-respected young lady. I want to thank all of my teachers, counselors, all of my school staff for their hard work in getting me not only where I needed to be, but where they wanted to see me in the future. I really appreciate their guidance and advice, and I plan to create a better life for myself and those around me. This scholarship will help me pursue my education and fulfill my dream in becoming a nurse and later on becoming a neurologist. I plan to start college immediately after graduation, and this scholarship will help me build a better window in getting to where I need to be. So thank you once again for this special award.
Thank you, Tiffany. Yeah, relief, right? Well, so we come to the end of yet another LEEP breakfast. I just come here for the coffee because it's so good at the Brown. But, you know, heroes, right? We salute heroes today. Big deal. You know what? It is a big deal. I personally believe that heroism is in each one of us, whether we're an elected official or somebody who sweeps the floor or somebody who just parks a car here at the Brown Hotel. Everybody has heroism inside, given the chance. Everybody wants to make a difference, like the people from whom we've heard today. We all want to make a difference. We may consider ourselves just ordinary people. We don't know how far we can go till that dramatic moment that calls on us to dig deeply into ourselves to see what's there. Sometimes you just have to see what you've got inside, given the chance. It's what LEEP is about, giving people the chance to find out what's inside. You can call it courage, you can call it guts, you can call it bravery. Sometimes it's just endurance, you know, just getting through school and work at the same time. Sometimes heroism is just doing our duties in the daily grind while the world goes on about us. So, we are here today, yes, to honor heroes and hard workers who hung in there 1 day longer, 5 minutes longer, people who rose above, who took a risk, We've heard from some true young heroes this morning. One day they were ordinary individuals, maybe below where they wanted to be. The next day somehow they woke up and said, you know what? I'm going to find the strength to persevere, somehow. I'm going to endure in spite of the obstacles we've heard about today. As the Hall of Fame baseball player Yogi Berra once said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Of course, what Yogi meant was take the right road, you know? We all know. Everybody knows what's right and what's wrong. It's not difficult to make that decision. Yogi Berra, by the way, also said this: you can observe a lot by watching. He also said the future ain't what it used to be. And my personal favorite, that place is so crowded, Yogi Berra said, that place is so crowded nobody goes there anymore. The wisdom of Yogi Berra. All right, let me see a show of hands here. How many of you have heard the name Jeremy Lin? Jeremy Lin, right? Everybody knows Jeremy Lin. A month ago in this room, nobody would have raised a hand. Now, this is last Sunday's New York Times sports section, and in it is one of the great stories of our time, at least for now, the rise of Jeremy Lin. At least in sports, it's one of the great stories. He represents the hope and the promise of the impossible, or the very difficult. You know the story. Got no athletic scholarship offers out of high school. He was undrafted out of college. Jeremy Lin could not catch on with a pro team anywhere. He was assigned to the D League, the developmental league, 3 or 4 or 5 times, slept on friends' couches, could easily have taken the easy road, said forget the NBA, gone into another line of work altogether, bright young man, graduated from Harvard rather. Finally, he makes the roster of the New York Knicks, and the rest is history. Since February, a month ago, Jeremy Lin came out of basketball nowhere and set the NBA on fire. Now, this same section of the New York Times, you see his picture right there? Story about a basketball player named Lenny Cook. Anybody ever heard of Lenny Cook? That's what I thought. He was a can't-miss prospect in high school in the New York area. He was going to make millions in sneaker contracts. The most heralded high school player in America was Lenny Cook. Better than LeBron James. Everybody said so. Everybody said so. Until LeBron played him on the basketball court. They were still in high school. He dominated him, and nobody has heard of Lenny Cook since. He's now a 6'6" dropout, put on 100 pounds over his playing weight, injuries, bad decisions, drugs, career over. One expert says it came from a complete mistrust in who and what he was. Teams were afraid of him. They didn't trust Lenny Cook. He didn't trust himself. So my message to you this morning is believe in yourself. Find something you love and study it. I don't care what it is. Don't take the easy way out, the lazy way out. Challenge yourself like Jeremy Lin did. And I know, as Linda Witt said, I'm preaching to the choir in this room. You wouldn't be here if you had not trusted in each other or yourself at some critical moment, and each of you knows what that dramatic moment was. We've heard about them today. To put it another way, a philosopher who was not Yogi Berra, a Greek philosopher named Epictetus, lived nearly 2,000 years ago, but his words ring true this very day. It wouldn't be a bad idea if some of this year's candidates for president took Epictetus's advice. Epictetus said this: difficulties show what men are. Yeah, he would have included women if in the year 100 that had been okay to do, but he said difficulties show what men are. Therefore, when a difficulty falls upon you, remember that God, like a trainer of wrestlers, has matched you with a rough young man. Why? Rhetorical question. So that you may become an Olympic conqueror. But it is not accomplished without sweat. It is not accomplished without sweat. So that's really all I have to say to you today. Yogi Berra and Epictetus, perhaps never mentioned in the same remarks before. I encourage you, student, staff, faculty, mentor, business person, I encourage you to keep sweating, okay? The road has many forks. Take one, take the right one. And if, as Chairman Yogi used to say, if the future ain't what it used to be, why don't you go ahead and change it? We'll see you next year for the silver anniversary of the LEEP breakfast. Good morning.